Hey, what's the deal, Cowboys Nation? So we got a visual of a new toy we brought to camp, Malik Hooker, number 28. I think with him, man, like I said in the previous video, the addition of him, it's not really much a notice on, I believe, KZ and Wilson, but like the second, like the bench depth. I think you go into the season possibly with Wilson starting at strong and Hooker starting at free safety. Now with the addition of Hooker, what it does is it allows KZ not to be the starter. So now we have more position flex. We have more depth just in case something happens. Because the two top targets that we both were, or I ain't gonna say we both, but a lot of us as fans were excited about was the addition of KZ and Hooker, and we had them both. I believe it was maybe a few days apart, but we had them in on the original visits, and we ended up just signing KZ, and then what it looks like now, 2020 hindsight, it looks like we just allow Hooker to get healthy and, hey man, get ready. We go to camp right before August. If you're ready, we'll go ahead and bring you in. And it looks like that's what happened. And based off of everything, man, it turned out well for him. So now when you look at it, I think the second or the safety position in general definitely is an upgrade, and it allowed us to fill out that actual position with the depth and everything. So now you slide Curse back and you slide KZ back. Now you have solid people behind them, rotation pieces, things of that nature. And they might even carry an extra guy, you know what I mean? They might carry 5 total safeties. So now with I don't want to put it past the Joneses, but it looks like they possibly are done filling out this roster. So that leaves you to think, and that leaves you to start putting these pieces together. A lot of P's, man, a lot of P's. But I believe to start. Now I'm not gonna say this may be a different part of the season, because with the injuries and you never really know how things go. But my prediction for the week 1 starters on defense, man, I think we're going to have Tank. I believe Tristan Hill will be starting. He'll be ready. And I think it'll be Neville, along with Gregory on the other side. I believe we'll have Micah, LVE, and Jalen starting for the linebackers. I believe it's going to be the corners is a little tricky, so based on this formation, it's only going to be 2 because I consider 3 linebackers. So I think for that it'll be Diggs and Joseph. Safeties will have Hooker and Hooker and Wilson. Now for nickel, I believe they're going to pull Jalen out, and they're either going to bring in like Jordan Lewis or Noshawn Wright. Noshawn Wright comes in, I believe you're going to see Boss Man slide into the slot. So basically right there is a hint. Depending on how well Boss Man Fat adjusts to playing slot, and this is just if he's not coming off the bench, as far as in the base formation in the 4-3, if he's starting, I believe when it's time to go to the nickel, I believe he's going to slide inside, depending on how well he picks up the slot play, and then they're going to slide Noshawn Wright out to replace him, and then you'll have him in the slot and Noshawn on the outside with Diggs. I believe that right there is what they really want, because you don't draft Boss Man Fat or Calvin Joseph in the second round and then immediately draft another corner that's longer. A longer corner you don't put long corners in the slot. The slot, you have guys that are more universal Their first they don't move. You know what I mean? Their stride is shorter, so they have no problem keeping up because slot is either direction, and I think that's why it's probably the hardest position to guard in the NFL. But I believe that's what they want to do, and I think that's why they did that. But the crazy thing about it is, as everyone is reading and finding out, they had Micah at the end. They had Micah guarding tight ends, guarding CD Lamb. So then this is how you get tricky with it, and then you can have Micah do anything on defense, right? So that means you can just add someone else to actually be the linebacker. That's how you can get all three linebackers on the field: Jalen Smith, Micah, and LVE. By shifting Micah to a DNO because Tank may be tired, or Gregory might be tired, This is the creativity that you're going to see with the Cowboys, and I think just as fans, man, it's exciting only for that reason, because how many years, man, we just, as Cowboy fans, we could call out the player, the play, and the result. We knew what was going to happen because we see it. If we see it, then the NFL scouts see it. The offensive coordinator, the quarterbacks, the opposing quarterbacks, they all see it. That's their job. So just us watching the game, man, a lot of the average fans, we don't watch film. Like I'm actually going to get the Game Pass this year. That way I'll be more dedicated to that, because for me it definitely can it definitely delivers more insight. But if you already, depending on how you watch the game and what you look for, you can already get an idea of what's good or bad about your team. But the film just confirms it, So getting back to the rotations and everything, but yeah, I think just having these type of players that can do a multitude of different things that you're asking from your young players, just getting them out there early, letting them play together, letting them play in general, that's just going to boost confidence, and that's just going to put us in situations where down the line we can go out and get out a star player that maybe can come in and benefit the defense, because everyone is still on rookie contracts or minimal contracts. And I think that's something that the Joneses wanted, man. Like, see, I told y'all, man, I have no problem giving credit where it's due, man. If you just look at Stephen Jones, man, he's a beast, because a lot of the contracts and a lot of the trades y'all wanted him to do, he didn't. Imagine if we would have traded for Jamal Adams. You know what I mean? Like, it got quiet in here. So, man, I just feel like we'll be all right, man. Just let them work. And it's going to be crazy, man, because I think later on this week we actually get our first padded practice. And, oh, man, I just got a feeling, man, Twitter is going to go crazy. YouTube is going to go crazy. If there was anything to see right now during this week in the sports world, man, it's the Cowboys training camp, man. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.